Springtime is among us, which for many of us includes the wonderful or not so wonderful time of year we like to call spring cleaning. And while we are busy worrying about how we are going to clean out all of the areas of our physical home, our bedrooms, our kitchens, our garages, everything, dusting and vacuuming top to bottom, ceiling to floor, windows inside and out, we can often overlook some other things in our life that could also use a little bit of a spring clean. Today, I want to talk to you about a couple of ways that you can spring clean your diet. That's right, today we are going to talk about 5 different things that you can do to sort of give your diet the facelift and the refresh and the spring clean to help you embrace this new season of sunshine and freshness and just this cleanness overall that makes you feel really refreshed, or at least it makes me feel really refreshed. As I was sitting thinking about all of the spring cleaning things that I need to do this year, I also started thinking about the things that I needed to do mentally and for myself, and just kind of the goals refresh, the refreshing of everything around me, and that included my diet. So I started to think about different things that would really help me to feel like I've given my diet that facelift, that refresh. The refresh will basically just help me stay on track, maybe introduce a few new things into my life, help me change a couple of bad habits and whatnot, and I really narrowed it down to 5 things that I thought I would share with you that would really help spring clean your diets as well. So let's go ahead and jump right in. The first thing you can do to spring clean your diet is to literally clean. Clean out your kitchen, clean out your refrigerator, and clean out your pantry. Get rid of all of the old, expired food, the stuff that you kind of put away in the back of the fridge and you kind of forgot was there. Guilty, I totally do that more often than I should really admit, but get everything out, because not only will this let you get rid of old, expired, and uninspired food, but it will also help you take a mental inventory, or a physical inventory if you want to grab a piece of paper, of what you actually own, and then you can actually look into ways to use up what you have before replenishing your stash. I know I'm totally guilty of finding frozen meat in the back of the freezer that I was like, oh yeah, I had this pound of ground turkey, what should I do with it? And it ends up making my grocery shopping for the coming weeks a lot easier because I have all of this stuff that I sort of forgot about, because it's really easy to just pile on the new stuff that we keep buying week after week after week, and then you go, oh, this looks good, oh, that looks good, and then all of a sudden you forget about the stuff that you initially stashed away. So spring cleaning your diet can start by actually physically cleaning out your kitchen, and you can even take it a step further. After you clean out all the food from your pantry in your fridge and you've reorganized everything so it's all wonderfully accessible and ready for you to use, go ahead and do the same thing to things like your Tupperware cabinet. We all have those, right? Where the lids of the food storage containers don't match the containers themselves and we have random lids and all this stuff, or the appliances that could use to get pulled out and have the cabinetry get vacuumed and wiped down. Spring cleaning your kitchen in multiple ways is a great way to help you set the tone for having your diet refreshed and feeling fabulous. Spring cleaning tip number 2 is to cut out soda or alcohol, or both. Let's be honest, we all know that these things are not good for you, and if alcohol is your problem, take a step back because it's not doing you any favors. But guys, even if you don't drink alcohol and you are a soda drinker, that's not good for you either. Whether you be consuming regular soda that is full of sugar, and we're talking a lot of sugar, I'm pretty sure that like your supposed daily allotment of sugar can be found in 1 can of the stuff. So if the regular soda is your thing, or if arguably worse, the diet soda is your thing, you're literally drinking 0 calories but a crap ton of chemicals, and that is not good for you. Imagine how much better you would feel if you just got rid of one of those things. Quit drinking soda. Try it for 30 days and see. Take a mental inventory of how your body actually feels. Or take a break from the alcohol, whether going sober completely or just backing off a little bit. I am one who does not drink on a regular basis. I might occasionally have a glass of wine at home, but that happens very, very rarely, and typically only when my husband is home with me. So if we have a dinner or something at home, or I have friends over, then I will have a drink. But my normal living day has nothing to do with alcohol ever. I would much rather spend my points and my calories on dessert than alcohol, and so usually I pick one or the other, and dessert will always win. So this is not something that I personally need to refresh, but I know a lot of people really could use having the seed planted to encourage them to take this step. So soda and alcohol, give it up, you guys. Tip number 3 for spring cleaning kind of springboards right off of number 2, and that's just cut the chemicals. A lot of people were gonna think that I was gonna start lecturing about sugar in this video, didn't you? I would feel almost hypocritical if I did that, because as you guys know, I am not following the current Weight Watchers program, Weight Watchers Freestyle, because I do not like the way that Smart Points are impacted by sugar. I am somebody who has a massive sweet tooth, so I went back to an old plan, Points Plus, that I was incredibly successful on, lost almost 60 pounds on it in the past, and it is a plan that did not penalize me for sugar, but rather helped me keep a legitimate balance between my protein, encouraged me to have more fiber, and all of that jazz. While carbohydrates did play into the value of a point in Points Plus, the sugar content did not. So instead, what I have realized in my life and in my effort of trying to make Smart Points and Freestyle work for me, cut out the chemicals, because we are trying so very hard to recreate foods that you could have, like the normal brownie or cookie or cheesecake or whatever, and yes, it's full of sugar and fat and not good for you. I'm not saying go out and have a million of those, but what I'm saying is, in an effort to recreate those things, we are filling our bodies with so many artificial chemicals and sugar alcohols and things that are arguably worse for us than just eating the sugar itself. And I urge you, in this springtime of spring cleaning, to reach for a more natural way of consuming your food instead of a chemical-laden way of eating your food. And now, I'm not saying to eliminate these things completely. Guys, I'm just trying to make you a little bit more aware and be a little bit more conscious of the things you're putting into your body. Again, I would also be hypocritical if I said I was going to clear out chemicals completely, because that's simply not realistic in this day and age and in the dieting industry. But what I can do is be conscious of it and make an effort to consume less. For example, I have learned that erythritol, which is a very popular new sugar alcohol that everybody is using, is something that does not agree with my body personally in, I can't even say large quantities, but in some quantity around the value of a Quest bar, doesn't agree with me. So the Built bars have a little bit of erythritol in them, but not enough to upset me. A Quest bar has enough to upset me, where if I eat a Quest bar and then something else that happens to have erythritol in it that day, it could mean bad things for my digestive system. I have learned this. So what I've been doing is been making the exchange of, well, I'm on Points Plus and not penalized by sugar anymore. Therefore, I can literally have a serving of Enlightened ice cream or a Halo Top that are created with erythritol and sugar alcohols, or I can have Edie's slow churned ice cream. The same amount for the same amount of Points Plus. I'm gonna go with the slow churned ice cream, the Edie's real ice cream from now on. Yes, it has real sugar in it, but it doesn't have chemicals in it. And while, yes, I am still putting sugar and a dessert into my body, I'm at least putting real food into my body. And that's kind of the approach that I've been taking lately, and my body has felt so much better because I decided to buckle down on the amount of sugar, alcohols, and chemicals that I'm putting into my body instead of trying to make things as low point or low calorie as possible. Coffee creamer is another thing. I've started using like the Natural Bliss coffee creamer, which is like cream and sugar, instead of the ingredients list in the sugar-free and fat-free coffee creamers. You know what I'm saying? Just things like that are really, I'm starting to look at ingredients labels and go, I don't want to put all this junk in my body. I'd rather have it say sugar, butter, flour, instead of all of these things I can't pronounce. You know what I'm saying? So take a minute and look at what you're consuming, be it in your diet soda or in your sugar substitute, low sugar, sugar-free, whatever else. If you guys know of anything, I know I'm emphasizing the low sugar, but that's because that's what we as Weight Watchers members and as people trying to lose weight are often trying to focus on, because in Weight Watchers Freestyle and Smart Points, lower sugar means lower points. So I know there are many other things out there, so let me know in the comments below, what are some of the chemical type things that you would try and stay away from in your food? The bottom line is, take a look at what you're eating and see if it's actually like real, or not, because you'll feel a lot better when you start putting more real food in your body than chemical-laden food. Spring cleaning diet tip number 4 is to eat more fruits and vegetables. This seems like a no-brainer, but it really is a game changer. They're low calorie, they're high in fiber, they're full of nutrients, and they are so good for you. And thankfully, now that spring is coming and summer is right around the corner, the fruits and vegetables are becoming plentiful again and a lot more affordable. Have you noticed that in the winter, the fruits and vegetables are just not as good and not as plentiful as in the summertime? And that's just a fact of life. I could live off of the produce that is available to me in the summertime. Watermelon and berries, and everything is just so fresh and so beautiful and so full of life, and it wants to make you feel that way when you eat it. So I highly encourage you to take a step back from some of the heavy comfort food that really can kind of weigh us down that we look to in the cold winter months, and start to bring lightness into your diet again. Quite literally, with fruits and vegetables, fill up on that. Try and eat a fruit or vegetable with every meal or snack to create more volume for less calories and less points. And it's just, oh, your body will thank you. I know I function so much better when I have fresh fruits and vegetables in my system. I don't always love eating them, but I love the way eating them makes me feel, which is why I consume them on a daily basis. So just take a look in your produce section. The produce is starting to look really tasty. I just started thinking about peaches, and now I really want a peach. Gosh, I can't wait for summer fruit season to get here. We're so close. We're so close. But eat more fruits and vegetables to help refresh your diet and your body. My last tip is to simply cook more at home and experiment more in the kitchen. I could make 5 or 6 different tips out of this one thing, but basically, I know it's very easy to kind of get into a routine of eating out and ordering out, but why not try some new and exciting things in the kitchen? Use those fruits and vegetables and use that real food that you're trying to incorporate into your diet and create something new and fun. Spring is a time of refreshment and renewal, and it's a great time to try new things. So bust out some new recipes that you might use the food you found in your kitchen and refrigerator clean out, or look for some recipes based on what vegetables and fruits you brought home that week. Go ahead and explore, cook a little bit more at home. Odds are your food is going to be much lighter in calories, much healthier, much more natural than grabbing yourself a frozen meal or going out all the time. And there you go, 5 tips to help you spring clean your diet. Let me know in the comments below what some of your spring cleaning your diet tips might be, or let me know if you want to hear spring cleaning tips for any other areas of your life. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps give me feedback as to what kind of content I should continue to create for you. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down there so you can become a valued member of the Diva and the Divine community. Happy spring, and I will see you next time. Bye!